Hey, y'all, and welcome to day 25 of the third annual WSOP Daily Spaces coverage in the longest running poker space. I'm Sherry Pluskota, aka Peaches, and I'll be your host. And Isaac's joining me this morning as co host, and I see ASG has popped in here, my co host for today, and I'm sure some of the others will be popping in soon as well. Um, I want to hit the ground running because I'm leaving for the airport after the show. So I'm going to head right into the cancellations for the day. The Venetian put out a tweet that due to the expected size of the $1,600 Seniors Day 1C, the cash games are expected to close around 9 a.m. So right about now, they're going to close the cash games in preparation of the Seniors Day 1C over at the Venetian. They will reopen the cash games once tables become available. Over at the Orleans, again, the 10 p.m. Survivor tournament is canceled for the remainder of the summer series. That's at the Orleans. Over at South Point, the 1010, the 210, and 610 daily tournaments today are all canceled. The only daily tournament still on the schedule is our favorite, the 10:10 p.m. tournament is still on the schedule at the South Point Poker Room. Again, the daily 10:10, 2:10, and 6:10 p.m. daily tournaments are canceled. The 10:10 p.m. tournament is still a go at South Point. Many thanks to my sponsor, Elevator Results. If you need a tailor-made workout plan to help you lose weight or gain weight, Elevator Results can design that plan. Follow them on Twitter and check out their site at elevatorresultspt.com. And just an FYI, one of the owners is going to be at the meetup game tomorrow. FYI, you can find the recordings of my past spaces, and thankfully, my IT guy is back at it, so we are caught up. So, all of the recordings, except the one we're doing right now, are up and running on my YouTube channel at Sherry Pluskota 9212. Please subscribe when you're there, it's free of charge. Maybe one day I'll get to 1,000. Right now, I'm just trying to get to 100. uh, don't forget, as I mentioned, the fifth official Spaces meetup game is tomorrow, June 21st, at the Bellagio Poker Room at 1 p.m. Join us. Be there or be square. Be reminded, we always try to give the most updated and accurate information possible, but we do make mistakes. So please be sure to double check any information we provide to ensure yourself the best experience possible. And let us know if we've made a mistake so we can correct that mistake for everybody. Little shout out to the WPT Gold Rush Lounge is located at Old Red on the third floor. It is open today because today's Friday, and it is open Thursdays through Sunday, 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. So just so you know, that is open today. Poor Isaac's having trouble IT wise. I can see he's going down and probably out and coming back. Anyway, we will continue on and know that he'll be back with us. Um, hey, ASG, how are you this morning?
All right.
Awesome. Welcome, welcome. Let me tell
You just did cancellations, not the schedule yet, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Trying to get Isaac back up here. Um,
I'm
hey,
back.
Isaac. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. You know, the usual X toss out in the morning. It wouldn't be the same without it.
It's so sad that it's the repeat pattern. It really is so sad. Like I mentioned when we first started, this is kind of going to be short and sweet because I'm heading out to the airport this morning, and I'm currently hydrating in preparation of my 2 week stint in Vegas because you never can hydrate too much when you're going to Vegas, and that usually catches up with you. Isaac, if you want to start us out with the schedules around town, that'll be great. And I'll get my notebook out.
Sure, let me just grab mine as well. Let me see here. Okay, let's start with Westgate Las Vegas. They offer their variety of daily poker tournaments at 12 p.m. and 3 p.m. There's the $45 buy-in no limit hold'em tournaments at 7 p.m. There's $65 buy-in no limit hold'em. At 9 p.m., another $60 buy-in no limit hold'em tournament. And additionally, they host their 3 p.m. Lazy Pineapple tournament with the $45 buy-in. Over at Planet Hollywood, they host four daily no limit hold'em tournaments at 10 a.m., 2 p.m., 6 p.m., and 10 p.m. Each tournament has a $100 buy-in and offers a starting stack of 20K chips. Over at Red Rock, there's their daily no limit hold'em tournament at 10:35 a.m. The buy-ins vary by day: Monday to Thursday, $125; Friday to Sunday, $150. Each tournament offers a starting stack of 25K chips. Over at Caesars, they have their 10 a.m. $120 buy-in tournament, 2 p.m. 160, 6 p.m. 120 again, and lastly at 9 p.m. their $160 buy-in tournament. Each one of these has a $50 add-on, and the starting stack varies from 15K to 20K chips. Over at Resorts World, there's their 1205 $200 no limit, and their 705 $200 no limit. Each one of these has a 25K starting stack as well as 30-minute levels. And lastly, Mandalay Bay, we have the $60 no limit at 8 p.m. with a 10K starting stack, 15-minute levels, and no guarantee.
Thank you for those updates. And I'm going to interrupt this process for a minute to welcome Brad and Karen, a couple more of my co hosts this summer. And Brad, I'm going to cut to Karen just because she's probably trying to get out the door to the millionaire maker. Welcome, Karen. Are you safely ready to go this morning?
Good morning. Well, I'm registered, but I just looked on the app and I don't see my seat yet. Maybe that's normal. I don't know how close to time they wait. But yeah, I'm going to head
Right.
over there in a minute.
And you know what? I do think they do it like the last half an hour before it starts, if my memory serves me correctly.
Okay, well, that's good info. One thing I'll mention, which you might have mentioned already in one of the spaces, it was a surprise, but it's not a problem. I was just surprised by it. I went to verify last night, I was going to use Ben's credit card. But it's got to be your credit card in your name, which is fine. I have one, but
Right.
I just didn't know that. His has a bigger limit, but it's all good. Just mentioning that.
Good mention. Thank you for that. Definitely have a credit card in your own name, people. Um, yeah, good thing you were prepared though and had one with you, and weren't just counting on that. Then you'd have to just pay cash, I guess, but it would, damper your plans. Now, Miss Karen, you sent me a text message yesterday that you and Ben were on your way to a certain store for the first time. You were going to try out, the goods from a certain store. You want to tell us where you went yesterday, Miss Karen?
Well, I learned about it. These spaces are so educational. So I learned about, the top dispensaries to visit, and we went over to Planet 13. First time I've ever been into dispensary, so it was fun.
I love it. So, what do you want to tell us what you got or?
Yeah, I can tell you what I got. And the big surprise, man, it's like a little mall over there. And
Oh,
I mean, it's not just I mean, I've never been to a dispensary, and I didn't
right.
realize that this was they tout the biggest in the world. But so I got some flour and I got some edibles and I got this little thing that the salesperson recommended. It was a metazine rosin sparkles thing. I don't know the exact name.
So if Karen is, burping out sparkles, we know where they came from.
But I'm dead sober during the day, so don't you guys think you can take advantage of me?
Right on, sister. I love it. So fun. I'm glad you found, that valuable information right here in our spaces. We are here to educate. I love it.
It was fun. And yeah, Ben went with me too because he's never seen a dispensary. He's not a partaker, but he enjoyed the outing.
I love it. Is he playing something today?
I don't know what he's going to do today. He's just now getting up, but he tends to do, like the dailies, those kinds of things. So
I
maybe
love the dailies. I
he
love the
likes. Yeah,
dailies.
me too. He likes cash game a lot too.
Oh, that's a good place to play him. For those that don't know, if you like to play cash, the WSOP is a good place to play cash. I know that probably sounds opposite of what most think, but you have a lot of people that this is their very first WSOP and they're kind of tourists. So, you know, and then you have you know, the folks that have been around for a while that are on tilt because they just, busted out of a tournament. So, it's actually a very good place to play cash, people, just to let you know. Brad, welcome this morning.
Good morning, everybody. Yeah, that Planet 13 is something different. It has like a little mini mall setup. That's a good explanation. It's really, really cool setup. It really is.
I love it. I love it so much. I guess I'm going to have to take a trip over there. I don't partake either. But I'm going to be in Vegas so long this time. I may consider going to get some edibles because at some point, you just can't sleep well when you're running around, you know, 12, 15 hours a day and then you try to go to sleep. It's not easy to do. So I may try to go get some edibles just for about the middle part of my trip to maybe get a couple of good nights rest. Go ahead, Brad.
What I recommend if you've never had edibles, I know it might taste like Skittles or gummy bears or whatever, and don't eat them like a bag of Skittles. Just take
Right,
just
right.
do it in a small amount to figure out how it affects you, and then if you need one or two or whatever, that would be my recommendation.
So noted.
It would hit you pretty it would hit you pretty hard
So
to eat the
noted.
whole bag.
We kind of used that same theory back in the day with certain other things that some may have partaked in. Partake.
Yeah, my friend asked how long till they hit, and I said, till 10 minutes after you said this isn't working, and took more.
That's exactly right. That's so true. It's so true. People become impatient. It's not working. It's not working. I'm taking another one. And then,
There's
2 minutes
nothing
after that.
worse. Oh yeah, and there's nothing worse than taking too much of the edibles and then you got to wait on it to wear off. Ugh, horrible. Don't recommend.
Oh, God, that's hilarious. I love it. We're continuing to get educated here in the spaces this morning. Edibles, dispensaries, dosages, anyway, too funny and fun. All right, you guys, I'm going to move along because, like I said, I'm leaving for the airport after the space. So I want to make mention of a couple of things. Over at the Venetian today and tomorrow at 7 p.m. is a $300 satellite into the $2,500 high roller ladies event. So that's today and tomorrow, 7 p.m. at the Venetian. Also at 10 a.m. this morning at South Point is a $200 ladies mini main tournament, and it's a 20K starting stack with 30-minute blinds over at South Point. That is a ladies event. Gentlemen, respect us enough not to play that event. Instead, stake your favorite female player into the events that are labeled ladies events. And we're going to get into that topic here in a minute because, of course, there's some guy out there who may have entered it by mistake. Believe me, I get it because it was an online event, but we're going to get into that in a minute. Uh, I want to remind everybody that we are going to have, like we did the other 4 meetup games, we are going to have a space running. I will start the space a few minutes before the meetup game begins. And yes, one time I forgot to start the space. So, if I do, just know I'm busy and it will get started. But hopefully it'll get started a few minutes early, and Daisy and Dana and Barry's going to stop in there and some others. They're going to host it and keep it moving as my co-hosts. And and stop in if you can't make it to the meetup game. This is a kind of a fun way to kind of be there without being there, and hopefully those that are at the game, like Kieran and Isaac, and hopefully Modfather will be there, and some others that are spacers and don't mind coming in and getting on a microphone, will come into the space and give some updates on what's going on at their table. It's a lot of fun when they do, because those that can't make it can kind of live through that space. So go ahead, ASG.
Also, since you mentioned the Venetian, this kind of snuck up on some people. So, in terms of pick your tournament, today, if you're a senior, today is 1B of the Venetian 1600 seniors. Be aware, if you make day 2, you cannot really play in the Battle of the Ages WSOP event. So make your choice.
There you go, people. Okay, back to the meetup game space again. Dana and Daisy will be the co-host. Barry's going to pop in there, and some others to keep it going. And it's just a fun space. And those that are in attendance will be popping in, giving some updates, and whose chip stacks were depleting. Hopefully not mine, but that's a possibility, just like anybody else's. So anyway, that is at Saturday, 1 p.m. space. Let's see. I do want to give a little shout out to the Aria. Their $2,200 mystery bounty had 759 entries. Their prize pool is 607,000. They gave away, or are giving away, two $100,000 bounties, three $50K bounties, three $25K bounties, and four $10,000 bounties. So that's a great turnout. So kudos to the ARIA staff for having a great turnout, and some great bounties to give away. Also, kudos to South Point. They had 620 players in their midsummer series. So congrats to them. Also at the Venetian, Kunal Patni, no, Patni, I believe it is, won via a heads up chop. Took down Deep Stack event number 47 for 37,000 plus bounties. Jack Ferguson took fourth place in event 41, the ultimate stack, for 24K. Robert Shenga won via heads up chop event number 49, the $1,100 deep stack, for 54,000. And Jessica Shu won the deep stack number 52 for 17,000 plus bounties. That was a $600 buy-in. Over at the Win, Kaya Cohen won the $1,100 turbo on June 16th for 51,000. And Daniel Blancas took down event number 26 at Resorts World. That was a $200 daily, and he took home $4,100. So congrats to those winners around town. Isaac, do you have some casino history you'd like to tell us about?
Yeah, let me just grab some.
Sure. While he's doing that, I'm going to look at the Win today at 12 o'clock. They have a no limit tournament, $1,100 buy-in, 250K guarantee. 1,300 hours is their PLO bounty, $3,000 buy-in, $300,000 guarantee. At 1,800 hours is their turbo, $1,100 buy-in, 100K guarantee. That's at the Win. Over at the Venetian is Day 1C of their seniors event at 10:10. It's a $1,600 buy-in, $2 million guarantee. At 1,910 hours is that satellite I spoke about. Into the ladies' high roller, it's a $300 buy-in, 3 seats guaranteed. Over at the Ari at 11 is their no limit mystery bounty day 2, $1 million guarantee. At 12 o'clock is their no limit tournament, $800 buy-in, $200,000 guarantee. Over at the MGM Grand at 10 o'clock is their seniors event, $600 buy-in, 50K guarantee. At 1400 hours is their PLO/8 event, $1,000 buy-in, 50K guarantee. At 1800 hours over at the MGM is their no limit, $250 buy-in, 10K guarantee. And at 2100 hours is there no limit $150 buy-in 3K guarantee over at the MGM. Over at the Orleans at 11 is there no limit tournament $300 buy-in 30K guarantee. And at 1800 hours is another no limit tournament $200 buy-in, 30K guarantee. Hopefully those guarantees will remain the same. Reminder at the Orleans, at 2200 hours, the Survivor tournament is canceled for the rest of the series. Remember that, folks. That's a reminder. Over at the Nugget, 11 o'clock, main event 1C, $600 buy in. At 12 o'clock is their stud/8 tournament, $400 buy in. And at 1800 hours is their no limit tournament, $200 buy in. And I'm definitely not touching on those guarantees. Go ahead, Isaac, with your casino history, please, sir.
Yes, definitely. Okay, so today we'll start with Mandalay Bay. When Mandalay Bay opened in 1999, it was designed to be luxurious and offbeat. Gold tinted windows, a tropical beach with 2,700 tons of real sand, and a massive aquarium, Shark Reef, that gave the resort an identity far from just gambling. It had one of the biggest convention centers in Vegas and was home to epic music and sports events at the Mandalay Bay Event Center. The poker room was once a staple for high end players, and even though it's gone now, Mandalay remains a go to for travelers who want the strip experience without the chaos of mid strip. The Delano Tower, connected next door, upped the boutique game. Tragedy struck in 2017 during the Route 91 festival, an event that forever changed the city, but Mandalay remains a resilient anchor on the southern edge of the strip, blending class with calm. My next one is one of the newer places, Resorts World. Opened in 2021, Resorts World was the first new mega resort on the strip in over a decade. Built on the site of the old Stardust, this $4.3 billion monster blends high tech design with global flair. You've got three hotel brands under one roof: the Hilton, the Conrad, and the Crockfords, a 100,000 square foot casino, and the most advanced cashless gaming system in Vegas. The interior, all LED ceilings, digital art walls, and TikTok ready backdrops. The food hall alone draws crowds. Hawker style Asian street food served next to a caviar bar. Then there's the theater at Resorts World, a sleek performance space already hosting icons like Katy Perry and Carrie Underwood. This isn't Vegas trying to be retro, it's Vegas flexing what the future looks like. Resorts World is a neon soaked signal that the strip's next chapter has already started.
Awesome. Thank you for that. Appreciate that history of two of you know, a new one and an old one, right? Mandalay Bay and Resorts World. Thank you, Isaac.
Yeah, of
Appreciate that.
course.
Love that. We are going to move on to, I'm going to go ahead and give today's schedule for the WSOP, but I'm not going to go over what happened yesterday right now. So today's schedule at 10 a.m. is Flight 1C of Event 53, the Millionaire Maker, $1,500 buy-in. At 11 a.m. is Day 4, Event 48, the 1K Seniors event. At 1 p.m. is Day 2 of Event 56, the $2,500 mixed triple draw low ball. And at 2 p.m. is day 1 of Event 57, the 50K high roller pot limit. Um, so that's what's going on at the WSOP. Don't forget to look up all the satellites that are going on in Deep Stacks today. Go ahead and look that schedule up on your app because I know everybody's downloaded their new WSOP Plus app. You definitely want to do that before you get to Vegas. It will make your life easier for sure. I'm going to go ahead and on to this other topic, and then we'll circle back to what happened yesterday at the WSOP. Just because I think this topic needs to be discussed um, every time it comes up. There was a tweet, and thank you, Dana, for sending it to me this morning. And we don't have to mention the names involved. I just want to talk about the topic. There was a tweet put out that a young man entered a ladies' satellite online and won a seat into the ladies' event. Now, the question was posed to Kevin Mathers because when a man plays in the ladies event, it costs them $10,000. When a lady plays in the ladies' event, it costs $1,000. He won a seat, so does he have to pay $9,000 more? Which is a valid question, right? And first of all, what do you think about him being allowed to even play that event online? Do we have any opinions about that? And you guys know that I say respect us enough not to play him. But in person, everybody's welcome to play a ladies' event. Does that still apply on online? ASG, what are your thoughts?
I mean, it's gonna be hard to like look through the lot. Like they don't ask you like there's no question when you register for online event, so it's very easy to just buy into whatever and not even notice these things.
And quite honestly, I bet I like to give the benefit of the doubt that I really think he did it on accident. Like, I don't think he meant to play that event. But again, I don't know the guy, and nor do I know his intentions. So go ahead.
No, that's all. I mean, and then it clearly says the winner gets a $1,000 WSOP seat. So I don't know what they're gonna do.
Karen, do you have any thoughts? Karen, you still there?
Yes, I got my seat number and I'm about to head out. I'm going to be in Horseshoe today.
Awesome. Go see your railer. You have any thoughts on what we're talking about, or you may have been busy?
I missed it. I apologize. I know
That's
you were
okay.
talking about there was a tweet that Dana made you aware of, but then I didn't hear what the tweet was.
Okay, so a gentleman entered an online satellite for the ladies' event. So it was a ladies' event, $1,000 seat up for grabs, and he won it.
Oh, okay. Which which site was he playing online in?
WSOP.
WSOP. Okay. And what are the rules that they have about?
Well, some of the questions that are out there is it costs men $10,000 to enter that event and women $1,000 to enter that event. So are they going to make him pay the extra 9,000, or is he just going to be able to get in for 1,000? That's one question that was brought up. There are several others, but that's one question I find an interesting question.
Well, I mean, but he was honest about his identity, or
I don't know. Don't know
yeah,
the answer to that question.
because if he wasn't honest and then he won and then he didn't pay the right buy-in, they probably have the right to not pay him. But I don't know if he wasn't honest on the front end, but I don't know all the deets.
Well, on the online, it's just a satellite. So there is no, to my knowledge, there is no 10 times or 10x for the men online.
Oh, it's just a Satty. It's a
Yeah.
Satty. Oh, okay, I got it. Oh, yeah, okay, that is more complicated.
Isaac, any comments?
I mean, what? It confuses me besides the trolling. Why folks still try to like game this type of system, right?
Right.
I makes no
And
sense to
let's
me.
and let's face it, we don't know that he did. It could have been an honest mistake. Lord knows, I was playing in a damn Omaha tournament not too long ago online. I had no clue I registered for. So I get it. You could end up, you know, registering for something you don't know. Honestly, so I don't know what his. I have no idea what his intentions were at all. And I don't remember when I signed up on the WSOP site if they asked me if I was a male or female. Um, I don't know. Honestly, I don't. Go ahead, Brad.
So with the online process, I don't know how that works, but I wonder, like, when you go to register, if they ask you your gender. But either way, let's say it was an accident. Just play that line of
Right.
thinking. I think that to be reasonable, like they should just give him $1,000 seat to something else, just like basically refund him
Oh,
the winnings. I think that would be the most reasonable thing to do moving
And
forward,
maybe
like
give
for this spot.
maybe whoever lost to him in heads up gets the seat.
Maybe something like that. In that scenario, they're going to have to come out of pocket for that. But it is unfortunate. Like there should. I can definitely see online how it could be like an accidental thing. Not maybe he was trying to game the system, maybe he wasn't. But without knowing, it's hard to say that that was the case. But I don't know. I definitely think maybe just to rectify it, should give him $1,000 seat to something else.
Right.
Be the most reasonable action, I think.
Now I do want to read because the um in the feed of one of the tweets about it, somebody asked Gronk, what does direct entry mean? And the response is hilarious. Direct entry likely means the satellite prize covers the full $10,000 entry fee for men in the WSOP Ladies Championship, based on standard poker practices where satellites grant full event seats. However, the prize listed as a $1,000 WSOP. And you know what? I have to go back to the tweet because I didn't realize I cut off some of what they were saying. So let me go back to that tweet because I found it interesting that Gronk, the point of view that Gronk took. Honestly, let me see if I can find it.
So while you're doing that, I can kind of add what a direct entry is. So oftentimes you get when you're playing satellites, some places they'll give you like tournament coins. Sometimes they'll give you a tournament voucher, and you can use that voucher for whatever
Right.
you want. A direct entry is you are basically. I've also seen them used on gold. For what it's worth, is like feeders. So rather than you getting a ticket or a voucher to enter the next tournament, you're automatically placed into the tournament. You're basically
Right.
pre-regged into that next tournament.
Right.
So
Thank you for that update. Okay, I can't find the damn tweet, of course. If somebody else can bring it. Oh, thank you. I think you may have put it up at the top. Okay, let's go back to I just find it as Gronk and all these AIs are so interesting to me. Okay, so however, price listed as $1,000 WSOP seat suggests it may only cover the women's buy-in, potentially requiring Albert to pay $9,000. Given the context, it seems the full fee is covered, but check with the WSOP rules for clarification. Yeah, good luck with finding those rules. All right. Um, our favorite troll is coming on. Come on, there, Slay Dog. What are you doing this morning?
Well, if anything, wouldn't the WSOP maybe they should have to give him the full 10,000? He won an event. He won a seat to the ladies' event. Um, it's a 10K buy-in for men. So either you let him play and you add the 9,000 to the prize pool, or you give him the 10K, or I don't know. But this whole idea that, and like you said, you could just sign up for an event online. You don't even realize it. We've all done
Absolutely.
it. I've done it,
Absolutely.
and I'm a fucking genius. So, you know.
If you say so yourself. No, and
But
I listen, unless it specifically says in their rules anything to the contrary, I agree. He won the event, he should get the seat, and he should
yeah,
not come up with the 10K.
of course not. Of course he's not. Of course he
Yeah,
doesn't. But no, well, it's their own fault for running the satellite. Either you got to let him play for 1K, or you gotta, and then but that would open up a whole different can of worms.
absolutely. It's
And
going to.
why are they running satellites to the ladies' event anyways if a man can enter them, right? Like, I don't know if there's a way to restrict it to women only. I know they have ladies' events on GG Poker. I don't know how that works, but I'm pretty sure men can sign up for those too.
Right. And let's face it, in real, in casinos, men can come play the ladies' event. The events are open to everyone.
Right.
Now,
Because it would
in
be illegal to not
right,
leave them
to be
open, right?
discriminating, right?
Yeah.
We're just
Right.
asking men not to, like,
Yeah, and
respect
I
their
totally
space.
understand that. I don't even want to have the argument about how
Yeah.
stupid ladies events are, in my opinion. But um, if they're open for the public, then if a man enters, obviously I'm not a fan of that. I think it's just like troll behavior. And but on the other hand, if there's no other event running, the guy came to the casino, he wants to play poker. I don't know. It's that's why I think there's no reason to have ladies events.
Well,
And
and I'm
plus,
going to tell
when you add in the whole like trans debate, like I remember Aubrey. You know Aubrey, she's a
Aubrey
trans.
plays in the ladies'
Right, right.
events.
She
Yeah.
cashed the ladies event at Win, and they posted picture of her, and there was just like hundreds of like awful comments,
Yeah.
just saying, "Oh, she's a man. She's a man." Just the type of shit you'd expect from people who, you
Are
know,
ignorant.
have a problem with trans people or whatever. So if you add in the whole trans factor, there's just no reason for ladies events. And this idea that you guys are always saying that it grows the game, I haven't seen any proof of that. And,
Well, let me
you
just
know,
say to
I
you,
think it's a waste of time and it's stupid. Go ahead.
well, and I hear you, but I'm just going to say to you, um, have you ever gone to a ladies' event, not necessarily to play one, but just been around one in the room, in the poker room when a ladies' event was happening?
Of course, I walk through it every year and try to get girls' phone numbers, obviously.
Okay. So have you ever walked to, now I'm assuming you're talking about the WSOP ladies event,
Right.
which is
Yeah.
a very
Of
large
course.
scale.
Of
Now,
course.
have you ever been to one at like South Point or the Win, where they're a
Well, no.
smaller field?
No,
And
I
I'm gonna
haven't been. I've been in the room like when they had those flip ladies events at
okay,
Venetian. Yeah, I mean, but
okay, because there is a difference. Okay, there are lots of reasons to have ladies events, and they have nothing to do with men. And they do grow the game. And you are seeing some very successful women on the felt now that started in ladies events because they were nervous and
yeah,
they
but like,
felt
why do
more
I give a shit?
comfortable.
Like, why should I give a shit? Like,
Well, and that's
I don't
fine.
know.
You don't have to. Nobody's saying you have to. All we're
Women make
saying
up
is
what five
don't,
percent of the 5% of the player pool. What is it? Like eight
it's
percent
less than 5%.
less? Yeah. So why do I care if 10 more women show up? I
Well,
just
we
don't see
can't,
the argument. I don't see the
well,
argument.
we can't grow the game unless we attract the people we don't have in the game.
The problem, here's my argument about growing the game, is we need to appeal to a younger demographic. It's not about appealing to women. If you look at the age breakdown of the main event, the under 25, every year you look at the amount of people entering the events. When I started playing poker, I was playing the main event when I was 21, 22,
Right.
but now you don't see young people playing poker. So
Well,
if we
I
want to
wonder
grow the
why.
game, try
I wonder
appealing to
why.
young people.
Are they in the basement on a controller, or why aren't they? Do they have the money?
Well, it's harder to get it. Well, there's a number of reasons. The online poker legalities thing is
Yeah.
definitely a big part of it.
Yeah.
Poker's a lot harder to win at now. Like when I started playing, you could start playing, and then within a year, you could be crushing the games. Now it's
Right.
like, what are the odds that you're going to do really well? I mean, there's numerous reasons, but this idea that if we have these ladies events, all these women are going to come out and play. I don't buy it.
Well, and I'm going to tell you that when I'm in Vegas, if you're there, I'm dragging your ass to a ladies event over at South Point,
I'll be there, but I don't know when you're leaving, but I'll be there July 1st.
and we will have some lunch or dinner, and then I'm going to show you around a ladies event, and I'm going to tell you it's just a different type of event, and it is needed for
No, I'm
sure.
sure you guys are having a great time. It sounds like I mean, listen, I wouldn't want to hang out with a bunch of fucking men either. I mean, I get it.
It's
Ladies
just a
events, they
different.
sound like a great time, but I just don't. Every time we have these stupid arguments, it's just kind of like, oh, here we go again.
But
A
it's
bunch of
not, but
people.
here's the thing. Think of it this way. It's not hurting anything, right? It's not hurting anything. It's a net positive. It's not hurting a thing. It's not detrimental in the poker world at all. It is a plus EV from the get go.
Yeah, it's plus EV for women pros who can beat up on all these freaking chicks. That
And I'm going to tell you
I mean, I
something.
don't know. I just don't see
Well,
why anyone
I'm going to
gives a shit.
challenge you. I'm going to challenge you to monitor who the women are that win these events. And 90% of them are not the ones you're saying,
I
because
mean,
those women
women
are
pros do
playing.
pretty good in those events. I
Well,
mean, I
most of
dated a
them,
girl years ago. She got fourth in the event. My ex got first in the event. Like, yeah, these things. I mean, it's a it's a good spot for
you're
the
missing my
good
point.
players.
You're missing my point. I didn't get to finish my point, and that is those top players very rarely play a ladies' event because they want to play the open field events because the rate of return is higher, the prize pools are higher. So they typically don't play the ladies' events. They may play one or two or three during the year, and they will play the WSOP ladies' event. But even still, go back and look at the winners of the last 5 ladies events, WSOP ladies events, and let's figure out the names of who the winners were. Dana, go ahead. Your hands are tired.
Oh, yeah. Good morning.
Hey,
Um,
love.
so I've always been conflicted about women's tournaments, ladies tournaments, because I really never even heard of their existence until after I was well into, poker. And I get why. I just don't know if I'll ever, or, I can't say I'll ever. I want to have the experience, of course. And I love, meeting new people and that kind of thing. I have to be in the right mindset, like a chatty mindset. But to me, the reason why they still exist has a historic principle to it because women used to never be able to play poker um, when things kicked off, like in the 70s. And then we were segregated also, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, and it not so much segregated, but it was hard for women to be at the poker table. You had,
Yeah.
and even
And
be a poker dealer. Some of the
yeah.
old timers would just be so ugly to the dealers, not only the women but the men too. And I'm going to tell you something. The very second ladies event I went to, it was horrible. And I told myself I would never go to another ladies event. It
Mhm.
was a terrible experience. I was at a table with a bunch of alpha crazy women that I mean, it was so ridiculous. I left there going, I will never play another ladies event. And then I went to Las Vegas and I was like, you know what? I keep hearing about these groups and the events they put on. Let me go to this tournament. And it was the best experience at a ladies event I'd ever had. And I always said I will try to play a couple of ladies events every year to support them because I see the need for them. When you go
Right.
to a ladies event like I did last year, the warm up event at the WSOP is the night, typically the night before the ladies event. This year there was a little mistake on the schedule, so it's actually a couple of nights before the ladies event. But anyway, I went to that event last year, and I actually, if people remember, I got moved to, I think it was 11 different tables in about
Good
4 hours.
grief.
Okay. And during those moves, I was going, I sat with probably 6 people, 6 women at different tables, that was their very first tournament ever played in their life. Very important to have that event. Very important. They're coming.
Mhm.
They're coming. It's working. When you see those numbers going up every year at these ladies' events, you know it's working. And they'll transition into the open fields. They always do. Why? Because the money's better in the open fields. That's why I don't play all only ladies'
Right.
events. Besides, I love to play with the men, like Slay. Um,
Well, on the WSOP factor, the satellite online, um, that's where account verification and maybe regulations come into play
sure, sure.
where, I don't I don't have access to play WSOP online. I don't know if anybody out here does
Um,
that
uh,
can speak to
Most of
that,
us
the
play,
process
except
of
those that live
verification.
up east. Most of us play when we go to Vegas, but I
Okay.
don't remember when I got verified if it asked what sex I was. I'm just going to tell you, I have no memory either way. But what I would like to say to those that think that there shouldn't be ladies' events is we women are telling you there should be. And
Mhm.
you should just listen to what we're saying, like respect us enough to know what we need or want. And it's a plus EV for the poker world. It really is. And so, why not have them?
I haven't seen any proof from you that it's plus EV, but if the
Well,
ladies
they
want
trickle
it, the
into the
ladies get
main
it. The ladies
tournament.
said it's okay.
That's the
Ugh,
argument.
yeah.
They get to test the waters.
Oh,
It's a
please.
networking thing as well. They get to test the waters, and then they do trickle into
If they
the
pay for the
regular
space, if they
tournament.
pay for like the Lips
I'm not
Poker
gonna
Tour or
I
whatever,
can't.
you know, that's fine.
I'm just
You know,
gonna mute. I'm, uh, I
Yeah, let's let her finish her sentence, please.
fine.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, whatever.
Go ahead,
I'm not.
Dana.
I didn't mean to
I
interrupt you.
mean, it's like
Apologies.
we we are agreeing on some things, and so I don't think they should be done away with yet. Eventually, maybe, I don't know. I see your argument. I get it. Um, but there's also like in women social interactions, there's also like a dirty gamble, oh, gambling, poker, ew, that's what men do, factor as well. And so having a welcoming environment for women that kind of deal with, and men deal with it as well, external opinions about being intrigued about poker.
Well, and guess
And then
what?
they
We
find
just
out
want
if they like it or if they don't,
we want
you
a
know,
poker party. We want to be able to show up at our pajama party at our ladies' event and have a blast. And
that
guess what?
too.
It's okay,
Hey, I
people.
don't
It
like
is
sitting with
okay.
these assholes either. I mean, I get it. I don't like, I don't like being around half of these, like most of these people either. I just think it sends a poor message. Honestly, it's just like, oh, we're not as good, so we need our own events. That's the message
Absolutely
it sends.
not. Some of the toughest fields I've ever played
Bull
in
fucking
was
shit.
at the
Give me a
ladies'
I
event.
break.
don't think that's it. I don't think
That's a
that's it.
joke. Give me a break.
Uh, Ask some of the women.
The best
Ask some of
players
the
are
women
men.
Women,
that
Like,
you're quoting.
but it's just because of math. Like, if
a
95% of the field are
tournament
men, then
actually
obviously the best
terrifies
players are
me.
going to be men. Women can be just as good at poker as men. There's
Absolutely, and
no
they are.
advantage.
And to suggest that they're not is just rude and
Well,
and,
by
and
math,
ridiculous.
but they are. Like, if you see a woman pro and she's selling to the ladies' event, she's like, I'm selling at 1.8 markup, or like, there's always like this inherent assumption that it's a soft field
Slay, you
because it
went
is.
on and on and on, and I had some really good points,
You
and
did.
now you're
I'm not
taking
against your
over.
points. What do you mean?
And
We're having a conversation. Fine, I'll shut the fuck up. Whatever.
Well, and you know what? I sold action to the ladies' event at zero markup. So now what?
Yeah, well, you're not a professional poker player, Sheriff.
Well, there's other people that have sold it too at zero markup. I'm not the only one.
Okay, I'm not saying you're the only one. I'm just commenting that you're not a professional player.
But you're also commenting on stuff that you really don't know about. You're assuming a
I know
lot
plenty
of
about
things.
it. I know
You're
plenty about it.
assuming a lot about ladies' events, and you've never participated one or even been around one other than walking through one to have firsthand knowledge
I've
about
played
it.
poker
And so, why
for
can't you
20 years.
honest? Why can't
I
you
know
just
plenty
take
about.
the opinion of other women in the
Because
sport?
it's not enough of a reason to convince me that it's like necessary. That's all. I don't care that much. If they want to have their little event, sure, but let's not pretend like it's growing poker or that this guy who's some random fucking guy who satellited into the event is some bad dude. Like, give me a break.
Okay, did I don't think anybody in here said he was a
Okay,
bad
I'm not
dude.
talking about people in here. I'm
Okay,
talking about people
okay,
on Twitter who are having a meltdown
okay.
over it. And you literally made a tweet saying, "Don't do this, men." Like he just
Exactly.
entered a satellite.
please don't do it.
Yeah, I
Okay,
said,
Like,
please
just
don't
but
do this.
asking.
we don't even know
Instead,
his motives, and people are trashing him and posting his picture.
I didn't
It's
trash
bullshit.
him.
Yeah, you did. You literally
No, I
said,
didn't trash
"Don't
him.
do
I
this,
said,
men."
please don't do this, men.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's trashing him.
Instead, You didn't say the rest of my tweet. I said instead buy your favorite lady into the event, right?
Why should he buy anyone in? He won the satellite. He should
I'm
get his
trying to give an
prize money.
alternative. I'm trying to give an alternative. I didn't say to give up his prize pool money. You're missing the point. Hey, Sean McCormick, go ahead, buddy.
Good morning, everybody. I probably shouldn't have hopped in on such a hot topic with I only have like 2 minutes to talk. I'm hopping in a meeting. But my whole thing with this, whenever I hear people say that the women's events either don't have a place or they shouldn't exist, or I never hear the argument for not doing it. Like, as an operator, if I have the space and I have a product that people want, why wouldn't I sell it? I don't get the argument, regardless of the history of it. I think Dana hit some good points on the history. Yeah, there's a history to the event. There's a reason why people want to still keep playing it. There's camaraderie. There's a whole bunch of intangible things that I can't run analytics on to tell you why women's events are great. But at the end of the day, what's the argument against it? Like limited amount of tables, or like we're in the way of something? Because I'll tell you this, and I really do have to go. The cash game players make this same argument against all of tournaments. They say get rid of them. They make you 20% of what cash games make. Blah blah blah. Should I listen to them and cancel all tournaments and just run cash? It doesn't make sense. It's a diversity of offering. So if we're going to talk about the product not existing, you have to ask yourself why. Like, I'm making money off it, and yeah, I'm not making, I'll admit it, I don't make as much of women's events as I do open events. Of course not. Of course not. Just sheer volume. You hit that high note there, Slay. Just sheer volume, but it still has value. So why? So, anyways, I gotta go. I'm sorry. I know I'm throwing a grenade that I can't respond to now, but I'll come back and talk more on this topic with you guys. But again, like, who cares? Give them a place to play. Who
Exactly.
cares if they're playing from the blues or the
Exactly.
blacks or the whites, or, I'm using golf analogies here, but like, who cares? Like, there's obviously a demand. So until there is no demand, us as operators, we're gonna still do them, even if it costs us a little bit of ROI. It doesn't matter. There's value on the other side of this, that even if 3% of those women go into open events and even 1% of them go into cash games, I win. So that's what you should be talking about. It's the growth of poker. It's good for all of us, even if it's only one person. And yes, women's events are tough for a lot of different reasons, not just the field. Yeah, you're going to see the Chris Reeds of the world win so many of them because they're really, really good and they play every day. But that doesn't mean there's not value to them and stuff like that. Again, I'm getting long-winded. You both have good points. Have a good conversation, talk it out. But at the end of the day, it's a product like no other, like nothing else. Like, if I'm going to offer Three Musketeers, and I'm also going to offer Snickers, because there's a diverse market for both. Until one doesn't sell anymore, I'm going to keep selling it. All right, guys, have a great day. Love you all.
I love
Have
you
fun at
too,
the tables.
bro.
Good luck.
I love you
I
too,
know you
bro.
love me too, bro. You love that room at Bellagio you got.
Oh,
All
hell
right,
yeah,
buddy. Talk to
brother.
you soon.
Hell
See
yeah,
you,
brother.
Sean.
Love
See
you
you
guys. See you
tomorrow.
guys. See you tomorrow. I will absolutely be there. I don't know what time, but I will absolutely be there. Yeah. Love you guys. Talk to you guys soon. See ya.
Yeah, Poker
Thanks,
Boss ain't missing the
Bye.
Sean.
ladies event. Fuck yeah.
And tomorrow's not the ladies'
Oh,
event; it's
okay.
the meetup
Oh, the
game.
meetup game. My bad.
It is John Robertson's turn. Go ahead, John
I
Robertson.
knew that, by the way, Sheriff. I was just fucking around.
Thank you,
Well,
Slay. Hey,
Sean kind
John
Sean
Robertson.
Sean kind of made the point I was going to make of the fact that two things can be true. That, like, ladies events, that, like, the people that want to play them, that's great for that. I also kind of agree with Slay on the point that I don't think there's as much crossover between ladies events into the general pool. Like, there are some, but like most of the women that I played with my wife, and like she used to play with me a ton, and when she's, but she's always like, the women that like ladies events stick to ladies events, and the women that don't, they want to play open field because they feel like I can play with anybody, and I'm segregating myself. So like both of those things can be true. And Sean made the best point, but like, if they're selling out, cool, that's great. But I don't, to say that it's growing poker a huge amount, I think is an
I don't think
exaggeration.
anybody said a huge amount, but it is
Okay,
growing poker.
I would say it's minimal.
It's still growing poker.
That's fair. I'm not trying to, like, argue.
I'm just going to tell you
Okay.
that the pool of women poker players or potential poker players is the untapped player pool that we're trying to
No,
tap
it
into.
isn't.
It's untapped
I
that we're trying
disagree
to
with that.
tap into.
I disagree with that statement respectfully. I think that you need to get younger people more excited about the game than you're going to get from women.
Yeah, I mean, there's like
but younger people
there's a
includes
cap.
women. To be fair,
Women are moms, and moms teach their kids how to play card games, and they're going to teach their kids how to play poker. So this is a generational growth. We're not talking about lightning speed here.
Well, and we have to be reminded that for women that are not in the poker world, a lot of them view the poker world as a man only world. Okay. That is a mindset that's been going
Exactly.
on for decades that also has to be changed, right? Because it was a man's world at one time, and that is slowly changing. And you talk about younger women, okay, or younger people playing. What are you guys doing to grow the game? I'm trying to grow the game by getting more women involved. What are you guys doing to grow the game? Go ahead, Fats.
Tweeting through it.
I think I got the solution to this problem.
Is it
Okay.
don't let McDonald's pull you forward? Is that
Well,
That has nothing
don't
to
make
do
me
with.
boot you,
Hey,
Fats.
fat
Go
man,
ahead.
I just
No,
want to say I
yeah, I
love
don't
you,
think
big
you'll boot
dog.
me. I
Praying
don't
for
think
you,
you'll
dog.
boot me for this. This is pretty simple. Everybody complained. The issue. What I think needs to be done is that any place that holds a women's only event should run at least one event of the exact same structure that is a men's only event.
Yeah, I don't want to sit around with all
so?
these pretty ass women.
So
Let's do a man only event.
the answer to segregation is
Man
more
only.
segregation, Fats. That's what you're saying.
Okay. How did I know Fats would be the one to take this to the stupor? It was an authentic conversation, Fats. Authentic. And, we got Slay in here trying to, spew some nonsense, and we're letting them, and we love it.
Well, I don't think I wasn't being facetious there. I was being, then it's fair. Because then people say, well, women can always, the argument men like to make is, well, women can always enter any of our events, but we can't enter theirs, or we have to enter at a different standard. And you can even, to
You
be
know that
even more
you
fair,
know that it wasn't many decades ago that it was men only, right? It was a men's club only, right, in the back room. So it was men only at one time, and those ceilings had been broken.
Oh, I
And
miss
men
those
can't
days, brother.
enter.
I miss those days, brother.
Can enter women's events. They can enter them. Nobody's saying they can't.
well, and I say on the specific man's event opposite it, a woman would have to pay 10,000 to enter instead of 1,000.
Okay,
And then
perfect.
everybody has the equal playing field on that particular type of thing, and nobody could say one sex is being given any kind of preferential treatment.
Okay, Fats, we're done with that topic because I have to make it to the airport. So if we want to continue about ladies' events, we're going to. Dana, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say bringing in young people is really difficult, given, the last 5-7 years with COVID and everybody retreating. And we have a lot of antisocial habits happening. So it's really difficult for people to play live. And then also something that's popped up locally that I'm not a fan of, and the term last woman standing, I'm also not a fan of, because it just kind of, I from my perspective, I just think it's like, let's just put an even bigger bullseye on me, and let's just do away with last woman standing in the regular games. And they have a last woman standing bounty locally now, and I'm like, I don't get it.
Well, and
Where
I'm just
the
the
person that
opposite.
knocks them out gets a bounty.
And I'm just the opposite.
Okay.
Anytime somebody wants to do a last, whatever standing, I'm for it. Whatever the title is, I'm for it. Go ahead, Brad.
I just want to say, whenever we're thinking about like growing, forget poker a second, think about growing a business. One of the target audiences is always the audiences that's not
partaking in the business for whatever it is. And you have to ask yourself, why is this target audience not partaking in the business? To the point, younger audience, why are they not partaking? What can we do to get more of the younger audience in the game in this instance? We could have the same exact conversation with women, because we know the demographic is only represented by 3 to 10% in any given field. And so we know as a matter of fact that the target audience with women is not well represented in poker. So we can still ask the question reasonably and say, what can we do to get more women in poker? I'm not going to be the one to say that ladies events are or are not going to help that, but these type of things can possibly help. And we should continue to ask ourselves, how can we get more people in the game, not just women, not just younger people, but you have to ask yourself these questions as a business of any kind, when you're trying to bring and grow your business or brand. And I think these things are important, as a whole.
Thank you, Brad. Appreciate that. Um, having been involved as just a player and then just as an advocate to get more women involved in poker, um, in my opinion, there's no negative to having ladies events. There's no negative. It's filling seats. It's people enjoying themselves, playing poker and having fun. It is putting a safe place at the fingertips of some new players in hopes that they come back again, in hopes that they bridge over to cash, like Sean said, or to open field events, so to speak. In my eyes, it's all kind of plus EV. And plus EV doesn't just mean money wise, it means lots of things in my eyes. Uh, building that relationship between me and other females so we can network. The one thing that I have always admired about the men in poker is they network, they travel together, they talk about hands together and strategies, and they go out to dinner and network together. When I got into poker, there wasn't a lot of that going on outside of Las Vegas, where there were more, a higher concentration of female players. When I'm all over the United States playing, a lot of times 10 years ago, I was the only female in the room, or there were only two of us. Okay, I'm networking with one other lady, but the men are networking with maybe 10 other men in that room or five other men in that room. And so it does make a difference to build those bridges between the women in the poker um, playing seat so they can network and improve their game, have travel partners so their expenses are less, but most importantly, to have fun at the poker table. Isn't that what we want? Fun at the poker table. All these things to me are plus EV. We're filling seats and filling seats with a lot of new players. I think that's very important. Go ahead, Isaac.
I mean, yeah, we should just be playing poker. That's the end
Exactly.
of it. Who cares? If you're a man or a woman, it's all good. You know?
Right. And, choices are never a bad thing. If you choose to play it, great. If you choose not to play it, great. It's okay. I mean, there's no harm done. There's no harm done. All right. Anybody else? Any last comments on that?
Great conversation. Glad we're having it. Let's keep having it. And I look forward to playing a ladies event one of these days. I'm horrified of playing all women.
Okay.
Okay?
But that's all in your own mind. You're making that shit up in your own mind.
No, I'm not.
You're making that
It's
shit up.
legit.
You can't.
Nope, not
But
making
here's
anything
the
up.
thing.
It's legit.
But here's the thing. How can you have that opinion if you've never played in one? How can you be afraid of
Right.
something you've never played in? It may
Well,
end up being the best experience in your life. And believe me, I've had a horrible experience at a ladies' event.
I guess
But
horrified or afraid is the wrong term,
but
but
what?
yeah,
Okay, I'm
I
going to pick
started out playing mixed games or
open
mixed
field.
gender or whatever, regular fields. So, like I said, it was kind of foreign to me to even think about playing an only women's event. So,
But I want to
you know,
pick your brain for a minute. What horrifies you? Those are your words.
I just get along better with guys, I guess. And a lot of women are just as capable of being catty and rude and mean as guys are. So,
Well, and people in this space will tell you I call out women for being bitches at a poker table all the time.
mhm,
So I get it. And
right
that's why
on.
I didn't like my that
So
one
yeah.
experience at a ladies
Otherwise,
event.
the deeper reasons, we won't, get into. But um,
I'm just going to
like
say
I
to
said,
you,
someday.
you're holding yourself back. Give it a try. If you don't like it after actually giving it a try,
Yeah.
100% backing you.
Yeah.
I just want to
Okay.
say, Dana, I respect that you're willing to say that out loud, though, too. Like I've seen that
Thank
a
you.
lot. No, and I mean that in the nicest way. And I know that as a man, my opinion is different here, and I accept that. But I'm just saying, like I've witnessed my wife playing a bunch of them because she used to play tons and tons and tons, and like she had more bad experiences with the women than she did with the guys. And I know that happens. And I'm not saying all women are bad, but I just wanted to say I respect that you're willing to say that out loud.
Thank you.
And Dana knows I'm just picking her brain, right, Dana?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you know that. Go ahead, Isaac.
I just want to say that I can't wait for the day when I have Kirsten Foxen to my right and Maria Ho to my left. Thank you very much.
And I'll be on the other side of the table.
That would be awesome as well.
Hell yes, let's go. I just hope I'm around to play your first ladies event with you.
I hope so
Oh,
too.
that'd be awesome.
Listen to him. I love it. And I don't want anybody to misunderstand. Um, I had a lot of the same opinions that many of you are bringing up when I first got into the poker world. But as I grew as a player and I grew into the poker world, um, I came to realize that some of those opinions I had are very valid and I still have them till today. But I also had to set them aside because the bigger picture was more important to me. And the bigger picture is I see the value in ladies' events and I see how valuable they are. Now, that doesn't mean they're for everybody, but it also doesn't mean we should do away with them because not everybody likes them. The focus should be on those that do like them and do want them. And it's okay that they do. And it's okay that they attend them. There's no shame in that game. There's lots of crushers playing those games and lots of newbies playing those games and everything in between. And to me, that's success. Whether others want to gauge it as such or not, that's fine. But that's how I gauge it. Go ahead, Isaac.
I mean, the first person to ever take me out of any tournament I've ever played was a woman, and I was happy for that. So I think what you said makes a lot of sense with one key word: value. It's like Sean said. Who cares if you put the product out and people are coming to the product? That is that's what it's all about, right? So I think it's dope. Let there be all the ladies events, that need to be.
Well, and the
If
thing
I
is,
can't play them,
oh,
that's
go ahead.
fine by me too.
Yeah.
Like
And
it's
guess what? The ones that are attending them are attending them because they like them. So why can't we support that? Like, why can't we say, "Oh,
that's
those
what I'm
ladies"?
saying. If
Yeah,
they like the
right,
product,
right,
support that.
exactly. And it's okay. Why judge? Why judge them? Just because
Yeah,
I don't like it doesn't mean they can't enjoy it
I
and,
think
and
it's
love it.
trolling. I'll be real with you. I think even all the opinions about there shouldn't be women's events, blah blah blah, all of that is just trolling. I don't think any of that is really real or a
I
real
think it
sentiment.
depends on the person. From Slay, it's trolling, but I think from
Yeah,
most, but there
for
are
sure it's
some,
trolling from Slay. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
it's like, but I've
yeah.
I've seen dudes be total pieces of shit at a table with a woman,
Oh,
right?
I've
So
been treated by that.
in that respect, I would understand why for some women, if they don't want to have to deal with that,
Yeah.
They figure if I'm hearing shit from a woman, I can take that. If I'm hearing shit from a dude who could fucking get up and try to hurt me or do some stupid shit, you know what I'm saying? It's a different dynamic. So I get it. Maybe it depends on how tough your skin is. You know, there's a million reasons for why people do what the fuck they do anyway. So,
100%. I
like,
just
yeah,
see no harm in it. Like, um,
there's
just
none. There,
because
there, there
somebody
really is
doesn't
none.
like it doesn't mean it should stop happening.
Yeah.
Because how about the people that do like it? Like, support them. Support them. Support your fellow poker player that they like that event, and God bless them. It may not be for me, but they like it. God bless them. They're playing poker. They're at the table. Hopefully they're gonna, get to the cash game next. So I could take their stack at the cash game. I mean, come on, people. Go
I
ahead,
mean, there's
Fats.
Elks Lodges, right? And those are usually like men only things, right? And nobody
So
bats an eye at Elks Lodges. So if women have their own poker gangs or their own poker clubs, you know what I'm saying? Like, how are these things even like? I just don't
well,
get
I
it.
want to comment on that one real quick, just because I used to deal at our local Elks Lodge, and we were about 25 to 35% women that played there because like they had built a community and like, they played with their. It was co-ed and everything, but like seriously, the women were the biggest ones calling people to come play at our local Elks because they found that they loved it.
That's
So
dope. Hell yeah.
yeah.
See, and
Love it.
there you go.
Yeah.
Love
I
it.
started at the Moose.
Yeah.
Because there were no other choices. Now we have choices. Ladies events. Go ahead, real fast.
Well, I had you guys are familiar with Shannon Elizabeth, the actress, who has been
Indeed.
in the down at the World Series. At least she was years ago. I don't know if she's still
Right.
coming back, but I've had two incidents at a poker table with her, and one there was a guy who was so rude to her, like he knocked her out, and he was really rude and obnoxious. And I made it a point to lay in wait for that guy till I busted him, and did it to avenge her honor. And the second time I happened to be at the same table with her, she was short stacked and she went all in, and I looked and I had pocket aces. So I was forced to go over the top of her all in, but I rooted as hard as I could for her to win the hand, and she did. So
Love it. And
that's
it's
my
funny you said that because
proof I support women in poker.
I have had women or men come up to me after somebody's treated me rudely at at the game, and maybe I went out and they found me and they were like, "I just wanted you to know I took that asshole out for you." And I'm going to tell you, to have that support from somebody at that table means a lot, whether people know that or not. If if I'm being treated rudely, or even a guy next to me being treated rudely, if somebody stands up for us, it's a good feeling. Like, it's a
So
good feeling.
Down the road, I ran into her, multiple times after that, and every time she saw me, I always got a big hello. How are you doing
Yep.
from her? And of course, being the Casanova Fats that I am, having her always come up to me and say hello was always a good look for my image. So
All right, go ahead, John Robertson. Then we're going to have to move along because I have to get to the
okay,
airport.
I was just gonna say, so on the reverse side, if a woman's being mean to me, is it cool for a guy to be like, "I'll take that bitch out for you"?
Absolutely.
Okay, I just want to make sure we're allowed to say
Is
that
that
now.
even a question? Of course.
Yes,
Anybody that
I
knows
always
me,
expect Sherry to defend my honor if I
yeah,
do
exactly.
make it.
Anybody that knows me in the spaces for the last 2 years know I don't play the women game only. I am fair
I
game.
know. I just thought it would be funny to say it.
All right, you guys, I'm going to go over the results of the WSOP yesterday because I do need to get to the airport. My suitcases aren't even zipped, and we're supposed to make a drive by to play some $5 crap. So, anyway, event number 48 was the seniors event, $1,000 buy in. They are down to 19 going into today. The chip leader is Ron Fetch. Uh, he has 3 million in chips, and Mansour Ella Pulford has 2 million in chips. Easy for me to say. 50, event number 50, the 10K Raz event. Um, the winner was NAEROK1. Am I right in this? Yeah.
no,
No. Am I right in this? Yes. Or is
No,
he?
the winner of the 10K Raz was Star Crabs.
Thank you. Well, all right. Don't interrupt with that, Fats. I'm trying to get to the airport. I may have that wrong. I'm going to circle it and come back to that. But I had the winner as being no, there are two going into today. There we go. And the chip leader is NAEROK1 with 17 million in chips. Dennis Carlson has 16 million in chips. And a notable from Florida, and Matty S was in here earlier, and I guess he had to go because he wanted to speak and ended up having to leave. But Remainder Singh from Florida, who is a crusher, is still in it to win it with 2 million in chips. Event number 51, the 25K high roller pot limit Omaha tournament has 5 going into today left on the felt. The leader is Weiss with 28 million, and Michael Duke has 15 million. Event number 52, the $1,500 freeze out. There are 3 left going into Friday. There is 410 waiting at the top. The leader in chips is Asher Conniff with 20 million. Samuel Rossborough has 19 million, and Michael Rosato has 17 million. A little shout out to Mr. Wash Your Hands. Philip Ramos took 17th for 19K. The Millionaire Maker had 2,448 entries yesterday, 496 will move on to day 2. Event number 54 is the $1,500 pot limit, Omaha 8. 11 returning today, 2.1 million in the prize pool with 306 at the top waiting for the winner. The chip leader at this time is Matthew Vengren with 8 million in chips. Punat, I think it's Punjsiri, has 5 million in his chip stack. Event number 55 is the 10K horse, 1.6 million in the prize pool. 16 million, no, 16 left going into Friday. There is 452,000 waiting at the top for the winner. Your chip leader, but there is a stacked top 6 left in this tournament. The chip leader is Maximilian Schindler with 2 million. In second is Christopher Tong with 2 million. Scott Seaver in third with 2 million. Jason Mercier has 910,000. Kerry Katz 895,000, and John Hennigan with 855,000. A big tough field there. Going into Friday, the event number 56, $2,500 mixed triple draw low ball tournament had 463. I think I've become dyslexic doing this. 463 entries, 133 moving on to today. The chip leader, and a name I've tried to avoid the entire summer, David Prosick, has 370K. Mark Kelkan has 295,000. One of my favorite dealers from the area, Clyde Gaskins, is still in it to win it. If you were at our area meetup game, the very first one, I requested Clyde to deal for us, and he did. He has 138,000. Some notables: Ben Glazer, Alan Kessler, James Wood, still in it to win it. And that is what happened at the WSOP yesterday. And people, I love y'all, but I got to get to the airport, and I have a drive-by to do on the way. So love you all. See you at the meetup game tomorrow. Appreciate you all.
On a jet plane.
Fly safe.
Safe
Appreciate you all.
travel, share. See you in the morning.
Thank you. Look forward to it. Bye. Love you. Bye.